Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming another week and supporting me for another week in the Feel Good Show with myself, Dr. Khalifa. And this week I have a guest with me. The guest is actually here with me, and you'll see why. He's not in his home somewhere on another screen or anything. He's actually here, and you're going to see why. I'm approaching this completely differently this week. As you can see, I'm not in the kitchen. Yes, there's no stove or fridge or anything. And I am out on the veranda, which I'm going to take you around in a minute and familiarize you. And the reason for that is because for years now, I've been talking about the importance of your food in your body. And as we all know, that the food has become uh, more and more chemicalized. Every day we find that our food has more dangerous chemicals, and we're getting less and less nutrients, natural nutrients from the food, and the soil all across the world has been contaminated. The food is sprayed, the food, and that is having a devastating effect on our health. And in the past, those of you who know me from years back know that I've been advocating that we should find ways of getting around all of that. One of the ways that we discussed was farmers markets. As farmers markets, we find a farmers market, and they are usually fairly trustworthy, where you can buy your food that is grown naturally. I won't even use the word organic, because the word organic doesn't necessarily mean your food is natural anymore. So they grow natural food, and they set up markets once a week in cities and towns. But that's not always convenient. And depending where you are, you may not even be able to find a farmer's market. Some people will go out into the country and find farmers, but nowadays there are less and less farmers who are doing naturally grown food, because they say they have to compete with the people who are using chemicals. The other way is to grow your own, and that's by far the best way to do it, is to grow your own. But as well, people are saying that it's inconvenient. They don't have the land, they don't have the resources, and so forth. And I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter what your pocket size is, it doesn't matter where you live. You could live in a cold country, you could live in a hot country. You can grow the majority of your own food and grow it naturally. And that way, you know exactly what's in it and exactly what's going into your body. And by the way, you can go to my YouTube site and take a look at some of the videos where I've been talking about the effects of the foods on your bodily system, on your health, on the children's brain, and their behavior and their ability to study, etc. So go and take a look at some of those videos, and I'm sure you'll be convinced, especially once we show you that it's not so hard to grow your own. So with that said, I'm going to introduce you to today to two systems that we've started up. There's two types of systems, two main types of systems that the big farmers use and little people like you and I can use. And it makes growing really convenient. It makes it cheaper, and it gives you so many different options that you can choose from. The two main types is the hydroponic, which is you have a system that you will see when we show you the examples as we go along, but the system actually uses the same water with a little pump that carries the water through the system, feeds the water to the plants, and goes back into the system. And that's called hydroponic, and that one is the one where you actually add nutrients, the nutrients that would normally come from the soil, you add to the water, so that you're not missing the nutrients. And the aquaponic is the same type of system, but with this one, you make a little pond, or you don't even have to have a pond as such, really. You can just have a big basin and you put your fish in there, and the fish feces serves as nutrients for the plants that travels in the water and gives nutrients to the plants. We're going to try to show you as many options as we possibly can. You can have hanging systems, you can have systems up against the wall, you can have systems going along the ground. You can literally make it what you want it to be. And I have here with me Mr. Smith, who is a client, and Mr. Smith is just finishing his program with me. And I was telling him about, just trying to get the nutrients from his plants, get the healthy foods, etc., so that he doesn't experience what he has experienced in the past. And he is so keen, he has decided to build a system. So this is a perfect opportunity for me now to use him as my co-builder and build my own system where I am and show you. So we've got two options going that we're going to show you, and we're going to be doing this over the weeks to come. Yes, so keep tuning in so that you can watch us, because we're both novices at this type of system now, and we're going to be probably making the mistakes that you would, etc. So you just got to follow us and see how we go as we go along, and we'll show you where we buy the bits and pieces and how much it costs, and so you can work out your own budget. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Smith and ask him to say a few words, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the system as well, how, because his concern is his heart. So, Mr. Smith, please just tell our listeners now how you came. Give them a little history of how you came to be on my program and why you've decided to build the system and to look to start eating as healthily as possible. You can come a little bit closer. I
Okay.
don't bite.
Okay, my listeners, morning. My name is Cornelius Smith, and I am a retiree of a government service, and I retired in 2013, and in 2015 I was diagnosed with a serious heart problem. I had to do a surgery, cost me a lot of money. And I'm saying this because I just want listeners to know that you could work for years. 'Cause I worked in that system for 32 years and retired. And within weeks, all that you save was gone in that sickness. All that you save was gone. So I'm just telling you that it pays to live healthy and try to live healthy as much as possible to save. And that is how you're going to save. Now, after doing that surgery, I came back home. I did the surgery in Kingston, came back home, and I began to experience more problem. I began to experience pain within my waist, my lower abdomen, and I just couldn't get rid of it. I've done X-rays, MRI, all type of tests until one day one of the doctor told me that he doesn't know what to do next. No, I was just confused. Then later I was introduced to Dr. Khalifa, and I said, let me try what can be done with her. And this is how I met her, and I I may say that I'm not sorry. I'm very happy that I did met her and decided to be on her program. Now we run the program, and within 2 weeks of the program, I was no pain was at my waistline again. I was like feeling so good, and the amount of money that was spent during the time on the doctors to do X-rays, MRI is enormous. And for her program, I'm telling you, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied, and I can introduce or I can recommend her program to everyone that is suffering any pain there, any sort of illness. So there I am actually over, I'm almost over all my problems as it relates to pain and sickness. So I decide now that therefore I have to live the healthier lifestyle. And we look at the hydroponic system and the various system that is there, and they decide that we're going to try them. So we have started to build one here, and she told you about, and we're going to show it to you. We are not, it's not complete, but it's getting on.
Okay, thank you, Cornelius. I can call you Cornelius now,
Yes,
yes?
thank you.
Okay. So that's really wonderful. And you were saying you did a little research and you realized that the system we're building coincidentally is similar to the pumping of the heart. And
Oh
your
yes,
problem was heart,
yes, yes,
your
yes,
heart,
yes,
wasn't it?
yes, yes.
Mm.
I was like saying, well, this system is just like your heart because my heart was the problem. And this system now, we look at the system and see that the pump here, this water pump, because we got to use a water pump to pump the water around. It would have pumped the water around and take it up back and recycle it,
The mic is this side,
or
just,
take it
yeah.
around and circulate it, just like the blood, just like the system of the body, where the heart pump the bloods around and they neutralize the body
And you send nutrients to
to
or
all
back to the
parts of the
cells in the
the
body. It's
body.
actually doing that with the
So do the
plants.
plant
Mhm.
get their nutrient by the water circulating with the nutrient and feeding the plants.
Hmm.
Yes, I was looking at that. Yeah.
So, there's, like I said, there's lots of different systems, and you can make up your own and use different types of material to suit your budget, to suit your pocket, and everything. And like I said, the two systems we're looking at is the aqua and the hydro
Yeah.
systems. Those are the ones we're going to start with, but we're going to look at everything that can make it convenient for you to actually grow your own food with whatever budget you have. Yeah, so I think that's it. We've done, it doesn't matter how about the convenience, whether you've got land, whether you live in a cold
Yes.
country,
Yes.
there's a system for you. Yeah.
Not much space.
Yes, so we're going to show you as the weeks go by as much as we can what that may suit your budget. Of course, we can't show you the huge farm systems, and if you are looking for that, you won't want to be doing our system because we're looking for your own personal health. We're looking to help you to improve and maintain your personal health by the foods that you put in your body. Remember, your foods feed your cells. Your cells create your body, your blood, your tissues, everything is created by those cells that is fed by the nutrients in your food. So it is essential. Even your DNA is dependent, everything within you is totally dependent on the foods that you put in your body, your brain, the way your brain functions, everything is dependent on the foods you put in your body. So it's absolutely imperative that you make sure that the nutrients going into your system is going to build you in every aspect of your health. So, without further ado, let's introduce what we have done so far.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to have to move this around because I'm actually on the laptop. I'm not on the phone. I'm not used to looking at things in that little yet. I have to get used to it or use my iPad thing. But for now, we're going to do it with the laptop. So where shall we start? We have started this one. So we'll just show you what we've done so far. And then after that, we'll take it to the next step next week. So what did we buy? Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, so
We have bought here.
can we see that there?
Yes, we have bought here a PVC pipes.
Yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can do this so it shows up on there. It's not as convenient as a phone, is it? Yeah, but never mind. Next week we'll figure it out. So let me hold this down.
Okay,
Can
what we
see?
need here is lengths of PVC pipes. We
Yeah.
need also a water pump, a
Yeah, that's his submersive
submersive
pump. You
pump
put below
put
the
below the
water.
water. We
And
need
we've got a bucket down there.
Yes. So we put this in the bucket, fill
Mhm.
it up with water, and this water will stay full.
This system is not finished yet. We've
Not
just
finished,
started
yes.
it.
And the PVC pipe, we have cut out some holes.
Yeah.
You can cut them at different sizes.
Yes.
But we choose to use this size. We will use this cup. I'll show you the cup.
Yes. Let me just show you how the system. Let me just walk down.
I'm gonna show this cup is
Yeah.
what we use here. We fill this cup with a little thing to hold the plant.
Yes, that's
we
just
put the
an
plant.
ordinary water
Yes,
cup,
but
and we've
we
made
bought
holes in
Holes
it.
in the bottom,
Yes.
and we set it right here.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
this
that's
will
where
hold
we're
the
going
plant.
to put the plants.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also have here to
Mhm.
be more economical on our
Electricity.
We have a little
Solar
system
panel.
here. Yeah,
That runs the pump.
that's run the pumps.
Yes,
Right.
yes, and that will pump. Actually, that solar panel, our system is flat at the moment. It's not rising up like most systems, but this pump will pump the water up into one of those systems, which we'll show you as we go along.
Okay. So this pump the water in here,
Mm.
and all along the holes it will feed the plants here, feed the
Yeah.
plants here, feed the plants
Yes,
here,
all the way
down,
along.
all the
And
way
I'll
down.
take this down and show you.
Yes.
This is as far as we've gotten so far. And I love to use blocks because they're so convenient and cheap. So you can see the pipes are set on blocks.
Yes. So the
There.
water will be coming along here,
Yes.
running along here like a river.
Yes. Then
And
it
then it
goes
goes around
around
here.
the bend. And you can add to this as you go along as well.
So here it is. We have about how much here? About
This is 1, 2, 3. So that's six lengths.
6 lanes.
Or
But
was
about
it-
how much holes it is?
Oh, the holes, I think there's 57
57
holes.
plants could be in this system.
Yes. Yes.
Right
And this
here.
is just one part
Yes.
of it.
So the
So-
water will be coming along
Yes.
this back end here, and
Watering.
it will be going back into the reservoir.
Mhm. And then it's pumped back up
Reservoir
again
gonna take it again
and take it back
back
around the
around.
system.
So this
And-
reservoir will remain filled at
Yeah.
all time.
The great thing about this is that you're not having to water the plants every day. You're not having to watch it and be there all the time. You can go and visit grandma for the weekend. You can travel and come back, and your plants are still watered. So I can't think of a better way of growing than these ways, because you're not stuck as you would on an ordinary farm where you've got to be there watering the plants all the
Right.
time.
And
And you,
we recommend that you use the rainwater duct.
yes, absolutely, the rainwater, because the rainwater is safer, obviously, than the water in the pipe. And if you've been on my programs, you will have learned about the dangers of the pipe water, and you wouldn't be drinking pipe water at all. So you wouldn't feed it to your plants, would you?
No.
Yes. So So this is a system we've actually been working on. And could you just get the plant, or shall we go back down there? I'm going to take you down here and show you. We are setting our own
Oh, your
seedlings as
seedlings is
well,
there, yeah. Right.
because everything out there has been contaminated with chemicals. So we have set, like here, I hope you can see there, we've set one set of seedlings, and these are them here. There's all different ones. That keep that
Oh.
one there so we know it's the one on the end.
Yeah.
That one is the next row, and that one is the
Oh.
next row. So I've just planted a series of them here. Later on, we're going to add more. So we've just done that so far. So we've got like cabbage, hot pepper, spinach, pak choy. We've got lots of different
turnip,
seeds.
yeah.
Yes, that's a turnip. So so far I've got
Tomato.
2 packs of tomato. That's why that one is there.
Yeah.
So far, this is what we've done just to get going, just to get the seedlings up so we can start planting as soon as the system is finished. Oops, I forgot that I've got water in the plastic there. It's a good idea to try and get something to put on the ground here so you can place this in there, put the water in it, so the plant, the seeds, the soil will pull up the water into the seeds. I didn't prepare for it, so I've just made up this makeshift thing with a big piece of plastic, and I pour the water in the plastic, and the soil is soaking up, as you can see, soaking up the water through the bottom of these little spaces in the
Like a hole
in the
bottom.
grower.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've bought some soil. This is the planting. What do they call this one? The growing soil. And this one, potting soil. And this one actually already has nutrients in it. So it comes with certain nutrients. And next week I can give you a little more detail on the nutrients that has been added. So they're getting nutrition right from the start here. And we're going to add more nutrients, obviously, to the water that is supplying the plants. Okay, so what else do we have to? Can go back up here.
Yeah.
And is there anything that we've missed?
We are recommending this system to any housewife. It don't take a lot to do.
Mm.
It is so simple. It just take a little space, and this is on your
This is my
patio.
veranda.
Yeah.
Yes, this is
And
my
you were
veranda.
able to do this, and with
Mm.
so many. So
Mm.
you maybe have a little more space. It can be done outside. It can be
Mm.
done inside. As long with the system, we need a little sunlight, but this can be done anywhere.
Absolutely, and by anyone, because imagine if you're doing this. Imagine if you're doing this um, outside. If you were doing something like this and growing this many plants, and of course, because of the system, I can add a ton more on this little veranda. And imagine if you were outside doing this, you'd have to be digging and
Weeding the grass.
weeding and moving the earth and
Yeah.
moving stones and all of that. Whereas with this system, anybody can do it. Even if you're not well, you can do this. Yes. So each week we're going to show you a little bit more. We're going to do a little bit more, prepare a little more in the meantime, and show you different ways that you can do this, and how flexible and convenient it is for you to actually grow your own. Okay, so I'm going to thank Cornelius for joining me and
Thank you.
for helping me to drag to bring the
System.
tubes up the stairs and stuff like that, and for being so enthusiastic after having gone through what he has experienced recently. And that scared you, didn't it? I
Very
think,
much, very
yeah.
much, very much.
And I think what it is with a lot of people, they tend to not really realize how important their health is until they lose it.
Yes.
And
Yes, yes.
unfortunately, that was it with you. But
Mhm.
as you can see, you're still alive and still and 100% better. And you've even learned to swim, haven't you?
Yeah,
Quick
exercise.
learner.
We got to do some exercise now.
Yes, one of the
Yeah.
things is exercise, and doing this actually adds to the exercise. And you're a very good learner, because I went to the sea with him, and I said, "You can learn this. You can learn." And I just showed him once showed him, and the next thing I know, he was swimming around all over the place. The very quick learner.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm so pleased with you, because you're so enthusiastic. You're not questioning. You just didn't question anything. You
No,
just
no.
decided, I want to get well, and threw yourself into it. And I
Of-
really, really appreciate that. You're one of my best types of customers, because
Thank you.
you just threw yourself into it completely and did
Yes.
everything that I suggested for you to do.
Yes, that's
Um,
important. Follow your instructions.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. And you can't go wrong. You can't fail. Yeah. So thank you for listening to me today. And I hope this is going to help you. Join us again next week for the next episode, where we take you through to the next stage of this. And we will also look at showing you ideas that we have as well, about how you can use smaller and smaller spaces, and you can, your budget, you can budget it in to whatever your allowances are financially. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much, and remember to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, like, subscribe. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself this week. For those of you who don't know who I am Dr. Khalifa. I have been doing holistic health. Now I'm a holistic health and nutrition doctor and transformational trainer. And I've been in this business now for well over 2 decades. I'm not going to tell you any more, because I know you think I look like 15, so I'm not going to break your heart. But I've been doing this for well over 2 decades now. And I've helped hundreds of people to reverse and clean, completely remove degenerative diseases from their bodies, and taught them how to live so that they do not get sick again. And that is what I do. So if you would like to, I have some books. And some more which are coming out very soon. And if you go to Instagram and click on the link in bio, you can see a list of the things that are on offer. You can go to my website and take a look at the testimonials. I have 2 books on there at the moment: The Joy of Food as Medicine. I've got a Super Shakes book and a Super Drinks book, and I have another bigger book coming out, and about 12 other books in the making. So those are available, and are going to be available also on Amazon, etc. And you can just go and browse around and take a look. And also, if you are interested in doing what I do, learning what I do, I am starting an academy, Dr. Khalifa Academy, to teach you what I know. And if you're interested in that, you can click on the link and send me a mail telling me that you're interested, so I can put you on the waiting list. And also, you can click on the free 15-minute discovery call, so you can have a free chat with me, or you can book a full consultation on the same link there, and have a distant or a in-person consultation with me. So I think I've covered everything. Yeah. So like, share, subscribe. Yeah. And go to my YouTube channel and take a look at the stuff that I've got up there. And you will see lots of recipes as well, because the format of the show You can tell it's hot here, can't you? I'm running water. The format of the show is usually that I show you a recipe and I work it on. I do the recipe on the show and show you how to do it, and you can work with me. And I do a bit of meditation at the end. But today we're not going to do that. We're just focusing on the systems that we're making. So thank you again for joining me, and thank you, Cornelius,
Thank you.
working with me. And we will see you again next week. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say,
Just
Cornelius?
bye.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. See you next week.
All right.